Shavua Tov, good vach. Some background to tonight's story. From around 1840 till 1940 something, 1942, there was a beautiful, beautiful shul in the city of Warsaw, Poland, and it was known as Reb Yekel's shul. Not surprisingly, the person who gave the money to build the shul was named Yekel, probably a derivative of Yaakov or Yankel. How did this shul come to be built? How did Reb Yekel have the money, the wherewithal, to donate for this beautiful shul that stood for approximately 100 years till the Nazis, Yamach Shemam, destroyed it when they brought us the Holocaust? Well, this Reb Yekel lived in Warsaw, and he was a very, very nice guy with a wonderful family, with one big problem. He had no money, and life was very difficult for him and his family. And one night he had a dream. And in his dream he saw a very beautiful building and a voice saying to him, at the foot of this building, in the southeast corner, there is a treasure waiting for you. So he woke up in the morning, didn't bother telling anyone his dream, and he went out trying to find work to provide some food for his family. After he had the same exact dream a number of nights in a row, he decided to see, does such a building exist? So he went to a place called a library where they have books. They used to have books. And he discovers that in the city of Krakow, the second largest city in the country, there is exactly such a building that he saw in his dreams. So he was still too scared to tell his wife that he wants to leave for a few days and make a trip across the country because of a dream, but he made up some story and off he went to Krakow to discover the building. Well, the good news is the building was exactly there. The bad news is that it was a building belonging to the government that was guarded 24/7. Armed guards were marching constantly around the entire building. So he couldn't give up on his dreams. There's a treasure waiting for him. So he began to take notes of when to switch the guards and when the guards come and when they leave, looking for an opening. And he's monitoring all the different shifts of the guards, looking for a little weak spot when he can sneak over to the building with his shovel and find his treasure. But unfortunately, there was no such time. After 2 or 3 days of taking notes and walking around, while he was sitting and taking notes, all of a sudden one of the soldiers who was marching veered over and went to this Yekel and grabbed him by his shoulders. And he said, "What are you doing here? What evil do you have in your mind? You see you're plotting something suspicious. You've been hanging around for a few days, taking notes. What's going on?" Reb Yekel was so frightened, all he could do was blurt out the truth. He said, "I'm from Warsaw. I had a dream that at the foot of this building there is a treasure waiting for me, and I came here to try to find the treasure." The soldier began to laugh. He said, "Are you serious? I've been having a dream for the last few nights, and there's a guy named Yekel living in Warsaw, and that behind his fireplace there's a tremendous treasure. Do you think for a moment I'm going to leave my family, cross the country, looking for a treasure because of a dream?" And with that, he let him go, assuming Mr. Yekel is crazy. Yekel didn't waste time. He ran back to the train. He ran back home. As soon as he walked into his house, before he said hello to his wife, to his kids, he picked up a stick and he began to smash his fireplace. You could imagine his wife and the kids were getting ready to call 911, call the psychiatrist. What's wrong with this guy? He's smashing. After 3 or 4 blows, the wall gave away, and sitting behind the fireplace was a treasure chest full of gold and diamonds and precious jewels. And with that money, Mr. Yekel, the first thing he did was he built a beautiful shul in his city of Warsaw. As I said, a shul that stood for over 100 years. Pretty cool story, but there's a lesson over here. Reb Yekel traveled across the country looking for the opportunity to find a treasure, when in reality, all his life, in his house, behind 2 inches of wood, was a tremendous treasure just waiting to be discovered. Thank God he had his dreams, and the soldier had his dreams, and it all worked out. But the truth is that inside each and every one of us, there's an amazing treasure. It's called our neshama, it's called our soul. And We only don't have to smash down walls. All we have to do is use that treasure that each and every one of us has, and we can make this world the most amazing place. Have a great week.